In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the cereal box spoof that we're working on. I had another video where I showed you how to make the logo at the top, and so I'm going to show you how to assemble everything else that we have collected. Alright, so the first thing to do is to make your document 8 by 11, 150 pixels per inch, RGB white. So I'm going to pick the color of the background of my cereal box, and then I'm going to get the paint bucket tool, which is behind the gradient tool. You can press G on your keyboard to find it. And then once you have it selected, just click in the background and it'll fill it with the color. Now I'm going to start opening up the other photos that I have collected for this project. So I'm going to select all, copy, paste. Then I'm going to get the eraser and just erase the edges of this, get rid of that black outline and some of the image area that I don't want. Alright, now I'm going to open up the top hat, select all, copy, paste. I want to change the color of it, so what I need to do is do Control U, which is hue and saturation. And then I'm going to go up to where it says master and change the blues and slide it over to a green color so it looks more like a leprechaun. And I'm going to darken the green a little bit. And then I'm going to get the eraser and get rid of some of his hair that was sticking out. I'm going to name these layers. It's a good idea to name the layers because it's going to get to be a really big file. So then I'm going to open up the next image I'm going to use, which is this leprechaun. I'm going to use the magic wand tool to select the white and then go to select inverse. And then I'll get the leprechaun instead of the white background. Then use Control T to move it and size it the way I want. Then I'm going to use the lasso tool to cut off some of the area that I don't want. It's kind of like scissors. And then I'm going to get the eraser to go around the edges. Alright, then I'm going to move Chucky's head below the leprechaun and move my hat. Now I'm going to open the rainbow, copy, paste it, hold the Shift key to change the size. Then go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal because I want my cereal to be facing the other way. And then use saturation to make the cereal like a brighter color. Now I'm going to open the doll head, get the Quick Select tool and select the doll head, copy and paste it. Use hue and saturation once again, which is Control U, to change the color and the brightness, saturation of the doll's head. Now I'm going to use the lasso tool to select this laser beam, copy and paste it, change the layer blending mode to something else where I don't see any of the black. And then position it how I want, make another copy of that, and then do the Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal again. Then get the eraser and blend it in with the eyes. Now I'm going to create a new layer and put like little glowing dots inside the eyes. And I'm going to make another new layer and just make a glow behind the whole thing. Now I'm going to copy in my logo that I made before. I showed you another video on how to do that. And just position it the way I want. Pull it up on the top. Then make another layer style with a drop shadow on it. And then just start to move some of my layers around so that they're positioned better. I want to group these layers, so I'm going to shift click them and press Control G. And that puts them in a folder that I can rename. And that way I can move the whole group around instead of each individual layer. Alright, you're going to need to paste this nutrition information on your cereal box too. So I'm going to paste that in. Then I want to make a blue bar at the top, so I'm going to make a new layer, draw a rectangle, fill it with the color blue that's in there. Copy in a logo for a cereal, and then use Control U again to change the lightness to white so I only have a white logo instead of black. Now I'm naming some of my layers. I'm going to make some copies of the doll head to make little marshmallows. I'm going to change the color with Control U. Then I'm going to get the eraser and erase some of the cereal that's in front of it so that it looks like it's behind, the head is behind the cereal pieces. Make a few copies of it, change the color on each one with Control U. All right, now you need to type your name on there at the bottom right. And then I'm going to type my headline again. We made this in part 2 of the assignment, but I'm going to redo mine because instead of having the same effect, I want to have a different effect on here. So let me fix the spelling on that. So once the text tool is selected, I can choose the warp tool at the top, and I'm going to choose arc. I had flag before, I'm going to choose arc, and I'm going to adjust the bend a little bit. You need to know how to do this for the certification test. And press OK. I'm going to rotate it a little bit and change the size. All right, and then I want to put a stroke on it, so get another layer style and choose stroke. Put a drop shadow on there too. You used the layer styles when you made your logo, so you should be familiar with that at this point. Press OK, and then save it. So save a PSD so you can edit it if you need to, and then save a JPEG that you can put in your portfolio. And here's the final result. Remember, you need to use at least 5 different images to make your cereal box.